how to declare and initialize variables in C++. So our first step is going to be to create a project, which is project 2 using console. My IDE is dev C++. That's why I'm using this. So then to declare variables and to initialize them, first of all we need to know what a variable is, and we need to know what declaring or initializing a variable means. So a variable is a memory location, and every memory location can be printed out on the black screen using the upper thumb. So we are going to learn how to declare variables and how to initialize them. So when you're using dev C++, the first step you need to do is to include this using namespace std. That's the first step. Then the next step is to declare the variable. And when we are declaring the variable, we need to know the data type that we are going to use, and then to know the name of the variable we need to use. So the data type, we have different data types, and we have different data types as we are going to see. So the first one that we can look at can be the int. Int is a data type that we can use, and to declare a variable we need a data type, and we are going to use a data type which is int, and then the variable name, which is going to be age. Then the next another data type that we can use can be a string. We can use a string, and then we include a variable name which can be name, and then another data type can be a float, and a float we can include the variable name as height, about the sp, which is height. Then we can have also a double, and then for this we can put a variable name maybe in length. Length can work out. So what we have done here is called declaring variables. To declare a variable, you just need to include the data type and then the variable name. So we have included the data types here, which are the int, string, float, and then the double. Then the next step is going to be to initialize our variables. So our variables are going to be initialized in this way. The first one we had was the age. So age, we are going to equate it to maybe my age, which is that. Then terminate. Coming to the name. The name, you're going to add my name, which is Ivan, which is that. But if you're to look, it's still in black. Reason being, we have not included we have not put them in quotes. So we are going to add up the quotes, and then we put the name. That's why it's in blue. When it's in black, that means there is an error, since it's a string. So we are going to come to the float. The float is a data type which includes decimals. So here the float was the height equated to the value, maybe 0. Since we have a height, we can call it 0.986. Then we terminate. Then we come to the double. A double is bigger than a float, so the double, we had it as length. Our length was a double, so we are going to have something like 34.745, maybe 1. Then what we have done here is called initializing the variables. Here we have initialized the variables. Let me put it actually here in a comment. This is initializing variables, and then up here we're declaring variables. Allow me put it in a comment. We are declaring variables, and when we are declaring variables, that means we are making the compiler or the IDE to reserve space for our variables. So the space that was reserved for age was integer, and then the name was string, the height was float, then the length was length. So we can print out these values on a black screen, which is out. Then we say age is age, end line, terminate. Then we come, allow me copy this down there. So this was a name. We had height, missing out letters. Then we had the length, this is length, then height, then the name. So when we compile and run, we expect to get that age, the name, and then the height and length. Compile and run, give this main one